Good morning everybody. Svetlana is here. I'm here for myself to walk with you, and I hope that you might look at it and be inspired, or not. Either way, today I'm gonna share some cosmic information, some very interesting information that will help you to see your life, the people in your life in a different light. So it's about the only truth about us, which is very objective, the truth of your birthday, the truth of your birthright, the truth of who I am, where I'm coming from, and what are my innate talents that I can enjoy in this life. I'm sure that some of you are seeing me first time, even though you're on my page, my Facebook page. And there is a book in Russian, maybe it's even translated in English, about dead souls. We all carry these dead souls, so to speak, people that we've met once or twice, or maybe they saw us, or maybe they were interested in something, or we saw something in them, in their page, in their share, and we became friends. I rarely go after people making them my friends, just because I am rarely making an effort to do it. I'm a consultant, so I'm constantly consulting people, and I also learn from the people. So I am in the circles of people all the time, and I usually don't seek anybody extra, but life goes so we come randomly together. And it seems random, but it's not random. It's random unrandomness, unrandom randomness. That happens because we all have electric field. That electric field is charged at a certain frequency by electricity of what we eat, who we are with, what we do in life, what we don't do in life. All those electrical impulses are accumulating in our organs, they're running our life, running our nervous system. And then, because we emanate the same energy, we become a magnet to other people. So if you're on my page, you are absolutely life soul, to me at least, and I wanted to connect. I really thought about how many people, amazing people from whom I can learn, and I'm sure you can learn a thing or two from me, are absolutely disconnected, because every day the information stream is overloading our head, and then there is no way to add any information. I have a friend who told me once, and now we're friends, but at the time, I have too many friends, I don't have any space for anybody else. So wait, I'm like, really? All right. Then half a year later, he calls and says, okay, I'm ready. All right. And I could have gone to this place. I'm not gonna be a friend of yours. You didn't have space for me, and I'm so amazing, and you don't want me? That's fine. I'll find somebody else. But I realize we are all different. We have different capacities to connect with people, and we have different capacities to love, and different capacities to work, to analyze, to strategize, to move forward, to move backwards, to have space, to be with somebody. You need to have a lot of competencies. And when you don't, being with somebody becomes an effort. So I wrote books about relationships and how to raise your children on Amazon, if you're interested. There are e-books as well. But when I was writing that, I didn't know what I know now. I was younger, not as wise, and I didn't have thousands of consultations behind me at the time. I had thousands, but not thousands. So in these books still, when I open them, I still see the cosmic frequency of the book came through, because some things I've written, I absolutely didn't practice in my life. I'm writing in there something that universe sends me, because my electricity is so that my channel is always open. That's why when people come to my consultations, I used to call it reading, but it's not even reading, because I'm not really interested in reading somebody's book unless I can be useful. So consultations are about being very practical. So on these walks, every word is practical, every word is for you, because I don't really have time to think or prepare for it. It's a spontaneous walk. The reason I'm walking is to awaken the Kundalini energy, the frequency within my body that allows the stream of consciousness be with me, the universal objective consciousness. Because of course we all have subjective consciousness. We know things from our life, from our expertise, experience, education, parents, teachers, preachers, and so on. But there are things that we kind of know, but we really don't know, because the knowledge is not what you get from the book. From the book you have an information. What you get from life is real knowledge, because you go through the experience, it's in your body, now your body encoded it. And those icons are in our personal computer everywhere. So any place you touch on your body has an information. Sometimes it's painful information, sometimes it's not so painful. So depending on where you touch, or what word is used, or what picture came to your mind, or even what you thought, or even on a physical level, something triggered you, cold, hot, touch, somebody's touch, clothes, for example, as well. All of a sudden, it triggers something in your body. It activates the memory. The problem is we don't know what's activated, because at this point we are not consciousness in the body. We're just consciousness out there, body in here. So as you go through your life, you accumulate so much of it that your body creates a defense mechanism that wants to protect you from getting into painful experiences. And then you don't want to do any more experiences. So the older you get, the less you want to do. It's not laziness. Or young people who have traumatic experiences in childhood, in a marriage, they also don't want to go and try something new for the same reason, because the body of pain is there. So in your walk, in my walk, when the energy is rising, you are no longer vibrating at the level of pain. You actually start vibrating with the speed of your walk. So if you can see, I'm walking pretty fast, and I'm walking on the ball of my foot. Not that I don't touch the earth with my heel. I start the walk with my heel, I finish with my big toe. But my weight is forward on the ball of the foot. And what it does, it creates the streamlined body up and forward. And if you talk to any coach, any trainer, they'll tell you, you want to go forward in life and you want to be upright. So in this one motion, you actually accomplish that position in your body. And the body has a lot of receptors. So those receptors help you, good morning, help you continue moving in the direction that you want to move in life. So it's a good idea to walk up and forward with the emphasis on the ball of your foot, so your stomach gets more activated. Don't pull it in. Some people do, especially some women that try to look beautiful. We are beautiful because we are the cauldron of creation. So if you have children, or you will have children, or you are a pregnant woman now, know that your stomach is the cauldron. It's the fireplace around which the life is gathering. So breathe fully. The fire, digestion fire, will only go on when you have oxygen in there. But at the same time, moving up and forward creates a particular energy in your body that settles you in a way that you receive not only the energy and information from the earth, because as you walk, of course, you touch the earth, but you also start receiving the prana, the information and energy from the higher spheres. Now, I'm sure you've heard about higher knowledge, higher beings, your higher self, everything above is also below. And how do we reach this higher stuff? Higher stuff is higher in electricity. So I recommend you also look up emotional scale on Google, for example. And by the way, I walk an hour already. I got out of the house around 7 o'clock. So by the time I switch on, I already walked an hour in this tempo. And people ask, where do you get this energy? This is where I get the energy. If I'm in bed, I don't have any energy. When I'm up and up and up and go, 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 the energy starts accumulating because you charge your battery, which is, by the way, your kidneys. On the kidneys, right above them, are the adrenaline glands. So if you're not walking, adrenaline that is given to you at 6 o'clock, 6:30 o'clock by God to wake you up is raging through your body. And if you start walking and moving, that adrenaline dissipates, used for the walk, and your body starts vibrating at the higher frequency without the stress. And that's where your channel is opening. So when you start walking and think, what is my morning, what is my intention for today? What do I want to accomplish? Everybody, every one of us are living in a collective field of the earth. And depending on what's going on in your country, in your continent, on the planet, in your family, in your mind, at your work, we experience a lot of fluctuations, and our emotion starts swinging, which is really good to notice and walk out. Even after work, if you don't have time before work, it's also very good to walk out. Or if you're at work, you can get out of the room for a second, come back, and that's already very helpful. And if you're sitting, you can also move your feet under the desk. That's also very helpful. Amazon has now this little thing, looks very small, like a tiny ski on a tiny platform. You put it under your desk and it moves your feet forward, back. I got it for my mom who cannot walk, but now she's happy because she's sitting and her legs are walking. Isn't that wonderful? So walking gives you the energy to deal with all the rest of the energy of the world, of your family, of your work, and your own head. Why am I putting such an emphasis on your head? Because some people that do not move much, for whatever reason, do not have a very good connection. So when you have this prana coming through, morning, you at the same time have a bottleneck. We call it neck, but it is a bottleneck. Your body is the bottle, a vessel of energy and information. Every day the information comes in, of course, and if you don't walk, it stays there. It accumulates there. And then it makes you feel heavy. So heaviness translates on a physical level and weight gain, of course. But heaviness in your head creates a sluggish thinking, irritation, and inoptimal decisions and strategies. So enough about walking. This is not about healthy life living or lifestyle, even though I incorporate that in my lifestyle. Or at least I'm inspired to do so. So right now I'm doing 21-day marathon, and I invite you to join. Any day, anytime, you can listen to this and walk with it, or you can walk with your own ideas and thinking about your day. But I also want to share some valuable information. So as I said, information's there all the time. It comes all the time. What we do with that, usually, we act on it. As soon as the information is coming, we act on it. Most of us are acting with emotions. This is a replacement of a true action, because we use the mind to separate ourselves from something we don't love. We try to reach to something we do, and we try to bring into our life something that we want in our life. And very often, it stays in the head in the way that we write down the goal, and then we think about it, and the next thought is but, and as soon as you get but, something might not happening, I might not be equipped, I might not have enough information, I don't have power, I don't have money, I don't have time, I don't have resources. As soon as that's happening, the but that you stuck under your head is now keeping you in a sitting position, and maybe some people get from the sitting position into laying position with the idea what's the point. And unfortunately, what I see these days in my clients, but also in the world, also in the movies, also in the theater, is the world is overloaded by exhaustion of adrenal glands, which looks like anxiety, fears, amazing fears that people find in their head, because fears are illusion. False evidence appears real. This is the acronym of fear. False evidence, fantasy, we create, storytelling, appears real. And in this moment, when it appears real, it becomes real for us because body always reacts with chemicals. Like I said, we call it emotion, but the process of it is, I think, my body transferred the thought into chemicals called hormones, which are actually needed to harmonize us with the thought, because if our head wants something and the body does not follow. I want to poop, but I don't go. A big accident might happen. So you don't want to poop in your pants, you want to synchronize. The hormones, the messengers, let your body know what's next. And then we get into a state. A state might be a state of elation or a state of excitement. Some people say, I have anxiety about it. Maybe, but anxiety and excitement feels the same way. The translation of the sensation in the body of a state when something starts moving, maybe even adrenaline and cortisol is kicking you to get off your butt, literal butt and also metaphorical butt that you put in after every sentence. I do the same thing, so I'm not saying you, I'm saying you, me. I can do it, but. So if you want to get this butt out of your way, you have to move it, right? But instead of movement, instead of action, my website is Energy for Action, has been forever. People said, it's time for you to change your website. I don't really care because it sits there forever. It has lots of useful information and videos. And I don't update anything because you cannot update that website fast enough. My brain and my information work so fast, it's unnecessary. But for people who find my website, it's exactly where they are and they can find information there. So anyway, Energy for Action happens when you have energy. If you don't have energy, you have to find it somewhere. Where do you find your energy? You find it in emotion. Believe it or not, the emotion of fear will get you going. The emotion of anger will get you fight. The emotion of excitement will get you going. So the body, in its wisdom, always produces the states which we translate into emotion. But here is the but. The but happens when you translate the energy you experience in the body in a particular way. And that way is not even yours. It's from the media, from the book, from all the experiences in life, from the parents, from your time in uterus. And also, it's your soul energy. Your soul is here to learn particular things. When I say soul, I mean the energy of higher realms that came to earth to experience the lower realms, to get some new experiences, so the higher realms can be even more available. Look who I found. This is a very interesting friend. I hope you see. Here she goes. In my neighborhood, I have a lot of different birds and animals as well. Even deers. I live in Florida. Can you believe it? So, vultures and hawks, and of course all kinds of birds that are connected to water, and crocodiles. So in my morning walk I say hello to everybody, all my neighbors, including animals, because we are of earth. Our physical material is of earth. We are the same elements that everything on earth is made from, but the soul is not necessarily from here. And we are all coming from different destinations, and each one of us is a star. What kind of star are you? That actually could be determined, believe it or not. What kind of hero you are also could be determined. By the way, Facebook has a lot of different tests about it. Some of them are true because they're done by smart people, and they can ask the right question. And when you ask the right question, you can identify who you are. But sometimes you are not answering truthfully, because everybody wants to be a little tiny bit better. And if you are trying to be tiny bit better, that's great, because the description is very inspiring and you want to move. So inspiration is another thing that gets off your butt into up and forward, and that is also great. Everything in life right now that is happening is the result of attractions, the result of the decisions, and the result of who you were before you came into the physical body through your parents using their genetic materials, and also the result of where you are going. Because as you come to earth, you also have an intention. We forget when the star is falling, it's falling. And it's harsh fall. But you do have the mission. And the mission is not something cosmic in terms of the action. We have a cosmic mission, and that is about understanding that everything is the illusion of the mind. I could never understand that, but now I do, because I see how I see the world through how my parents saw it, how my teachers saw it. So I have the shores. So if I walk like that, that'd be great, but maybe I get into a car like that, and that would not be fun anymore. So you need to take off the glasses that are not prescribed for you. They might have been prescribed by your parents for your parents, or by your teachers for themselves. Usually people put glasses on us to protect us from the experiences they had. And we, in our rebellious state, want to have our own experiences. So when you have a thought and hormones are raging through your body, and now you have an open heart, ooh, ha, ha, I'm here to take the world in and understand how it works and find my place in it. Immediately, the raging hormones, what if, might happen to me? Shoo, the heart is closing like a breach in a castle. And now we're in isolation. We're isolated from the experiences that our soul meant to have, that your life meant to be about. And now we have an idea in a state, the state-based decision that things should not be happening to us. And the bottleneck is not letting the energy down, and the emotion that is there create an action. So it's not an action inspired by moving up and forward. It's an action inspired by lack of ability to get the energy all the way down to the earth and to material plane. So very often people say, where are my money? Where is my money? Where is my success? I'm doing everything I was taught. I was an A-grade student. Everybody said I'm great. I had a great potential. I still have a great potential. Where is my potential? First of all, not everybody realized in life through money. Money is a side effect. We all have desire to have material possessions because it makes life comfortable. And on certain days is important. Today is my personal day in everybody's calendar because we live on the same planet. So the moon is moving and there is an objective calendar. Also, by the way, how objective this calendar is. It's been changed many times. The thousands of years were gone. If you look into the Jewish Bible, it's 6,000 years. The world is 6,000 years old. In the New Testament, it's 2,000 years old because it's from the birth of Christ. And if you look at some Slavic texts, it's 40,000 or more than 40,000, but they calculate it in 40,000 increments. So there are a lot of archaeological evidence that do not match each other. So calendar is a question mark, but your personal calendar is not a question mark, because how you relate to the information of your surrounding, which is Earth, filled with people, objects, beautiful trees, sun, everything comes to your personal calendar, which I can calculate for you in a personal way, because right here is impossible. We all have a personal year, a personal month, and a personal day. And that information is much more valuable, because if you know that you have, like me, for example, day 6 in my personal 9-day cycle, and month 3 and year 3 in my personal 9-year and 9-month cycle. By the way, before, months were not calculated by 12 in the calendar. There were all kinds of different calculations. So anyway, that personal calendar is connected to how body operates in relationship to other bodies, like planets, for example, and Earth is one of them, and Sun is a star that charges us. When you understand that, day 6 today, for example, is about comfort. So normally I wake up around 6:15. Today I was like, I have a comfort day. Let me be in bed. And then about 15 minutes later, I'm like, if I'm giving in to that comfort, I am not creating different comfort. The comfort of moving my energy and the comfort of receiving new information. So the year 3 and the month 3 is about analyzing what information I'm missing, what knowledge I'm missing, being able to listen, to hear, to share, to be in the field of knowledge, some learning this year and this month especially, like crazy, every day something else. And when you learn a lot, again, the information comes into your head, doesn't go down. So you do need to walk or move or dance or do capoeira. I put it on my page. You can see how capoeira is done by a very beautiful young woman that I know. And then when you start receiving knowledge, what can I do with this information, with this knowledge, with this new skill, with this new idea, to create opportunities for me to use all my talents and all my ideas and knowledge that's given to me. Oh, this one is running with the food. She has some food in her mouth. So how can I use it so I can create opportunities for other people as well? So the knowledge never is given just for you. Of course, it's useful on a daily basis, but then it accumulates and creates overload. If you share, you unload. And again, I work with a lot of people who teach other people, or they want to teach other people, and they cannot teach because they think they do not have enough knowledge, and they keep accumulating knowledge without sharing this knowledge. So if this is one of you, I can assure you, you know a little more than the next person might know. I'm not saying good morning. I'm not saying that you are a genius, which you absolutely are in some area that you know best, but in every area you know something. And so what you know might be needed by the next person, but if you never open your mouth, they will never know. So I choose to share with you. You choose to listen or not. You choose to do something about it or not. But I'm not limiting myself in sharing, because I believe that my mission is to translate the cosmic energy and information into simple words. And I also know that you have your own missions. So I promise to talk about the day of your birth, and I will. So we have simple numbers, single numbers, 1 to 9, and the rest of it is combination of these numbers. So if you think about words, complexity and simplicity, you will understand that everything could be very simplified, extremely simplified, and extremely complexized. You can make complexity out of any simple idea. And again, it's the choice. So some people like to analyze, like me, and they always look at the big picture of complexity and bring it into small details, which is much more understandable. And that is my talent. When I consult businesses, I also consult owners of the businesses, because the business is as good and as big as the owner. And if the owner has complexity in understanding the simple truth of universe, like 1 is only 1, and you are responsible for it. 2 is together, and you have to learn how to deal with it. And 3 is a stable number, and you can try to move that person out of their position, but they're standing on 3 tripods, 3 legs. Good luck with that. And 4 is about 2 and 2. So you relate to everything in your own way, and you create goals for yourself that are based on how you relate to everything, and the goals are overloading. And 5 is about being in the center between 1 and 9. So if you think about metrics, 9 numbers, 81. This is all the varieties, right? So right in the center is 5. So 5 can talk to anybody. 5 can get anything done through the communication, because the channels are open to all directions. And 5 can sell anything to anybody, provided 5 is not a recluse. We all have energies manifested in high energy or low energy, and the actions, like we talked in the beginning, could be based on a bottleneck. I don't have an authority. I'm not good enough to talk about it, right? So author and authority, an ability to speak up, an ability to speak your mind, an ability to tell your truth, it's all there, bottleneck between the head and the rest of you. So walk with me. Walk with me. All right, 6. Everybody who's born on 6 is about love. I love this, and I love this, and I love this, and I love this, and the world is amazing, and the smile is always on my lips. And my body expresses that. It's full of life, because love is a creative energy. Think about making baby, right? If you're making baby with somebody who's depressed, what kind of baby and what kind of sex? If you're making baby from the fear, what if my husband or my lover or whatever, life or money is not there for me? What kind of baby and what kind of relationship you're building? If you're making baby, and this is emotional scale I was talking about, so look it up on Google. I was telling in the beginning, good morning, about how to understand what energy you operate from. So Stephen Hawkins, Ron Hubbard, Omega Institute, in New York, and there are gazillions of other emotional scales on the Google. So if you are in the flow of life, you're enthusiastic about things, you can absolutely understand that you're energized, because then you go like, wow. The interest, surprise, I didn't expect that, but it's there, will help you to deal with unexpected stuff and be enthusiastic about it. If things are in my life, I am loved, the 6 would say. I am loved, because universe would not ever give me anything that I am not able to do. And if there is something I cannot do, I can find comfort in doing something that I can. And I can find even better comfort in letting go of things that are not mine to do. It's a serenity prayer in my interpretation. Again, look it up, serenity prayer. If you're 6, it will help you a lot. But also, 6 is here to eliminate our world. So if you're 6, and I'm responding to one particular person who made a request, so I'm staying a little longer on that energy. If you're pure 6, you're born on the 6, this is the moment of a gift coming to life. Gift of your incarnation is to bring love and comfort in other people's lives. But 6 sometimes forgets and start comforting and loving people instead of comforting and loving yourself first. And they run out of resources and they fall into a very low energy of disappointment and sadness. And from this level, they can never get back to love. So they're always looking for love. They're always looking for love and connection. And they do not understand why people are not warm. They're not smiling. Well, everybody's different. I'm not 6. So even though I love you, 6, I love you very much, I admire you. You're so amazing and you help the world to shine. Wherever you show up, the room is filled with light. And the way you move is the graciousness itself. Came from this heaven to move on earth and show the beauty of move. I might not smile at that moment because I'm not 6. I need to make myself smile and remember. And depending on my personal day, I might not even have it in me in this moment. Maybe my day is about deep analysis and I'm analyzing the movement or I'm analyzing the light in the room. And I completely forget to enjoy that. So 6 are here to remind us that love is the only truth. But it's not a human love. It's the frequency of love, which is 500. Right? Between 70 of anger and 30 of fear, 500 is a lot of energy that is given to you to create, not just babies, but also projects, also comfort for yourself and others from the position of strength. I do 100% comfort for myself, and then I do 100% for others as a benefit, because where I am in comfortable, loving situations that I choose, I express that love naturally. I don't need to effort to care for anybody, to do anything for anything. And people, especially children in my field, are charged by love. And that means they can take care of themselves because they have high frequency. So 7, we'll talk more about it. It's just a short little short broadcast. So 7 is about cosmos. I am 7. So listening to me, you can understand that I pretty much can talk by hours about anything and everything. And I could be very practical. 8 is all about practical material result. Give me the money. Show me the structure. Let me work. And if you try to interrupt them and say, you have to rest a little bit, they'll be very angry with you. So let them be. 8 is not very expressive emotionally, so they work, but they don't feel tired. They are tired if they cannot work. And especially they're tired if they don't see a material result. So if you have 8, put a few $100 on your desk. When you work, touch the money. And say, I have the money, I'm just working to have more. And then the whole day is changing just because you're on the positive understanding that you have something. Maybe you don't have everything yet, but you're still living, right? So you have some goals to accomplish. And 9 is about creating safety. Safety for everybody. So some people in my community are 9, and they try to create safety by exposing unsafe situations. They might be safe or unsafe depending on how you perceive it. For some people it's safe, for some people it's unsafe, but 9 will always create safety and steer up the path to make sure that everybody is on the look for unsafety. That is actually happening when you are in lower energies. And the higher energies, you just don't get into unsafe situation, and you just provide safety for other people, not by necessarily steering up the path, but creating a system of how things should be. Which we also see in our communities happening. People are creating safety for other people by creating new structures. So everybody works in their own way. Everybody has their own nuances and flavors. And I'm finishing my work because I have a session at 9 o'clock, which I have to take a shower and get ready for. But I'm very fast because I'm 7. If you're 7, you need to do things fast. The idea comes, you have to do it. And 9 is everything. So my mission is 9. And I understand everybody because 9 is accumulation of all the knowledge and all the experiences and the reflection of everything that's happening through the wisdom and speed of the 7. With that, I'm finishing my broadcast. More tomorrow. I will talk about other numbers. Today I talked about 6 more. Tomorrow I will talk more about 7. But I already gave you some information. And who I am is 7. So in my field, your 7 will be amplified. If you have any request ideas, please write your comments. Please share because this information is useful. I will do a series of broadcasts, not walking, but normal broadcasts, sitting in front of the computer and being more stable about different numbers. I'm going to study more in Turkey, and whoever is interested, I will give you the link if you're interested in that. To connect. If you're a Russian-speaking individual, I also will give you a link where you have to have that same information, not from me, from my friend Eugenia, in Russian. And you can also have mini strategic sessions. So ask and you shall receive. You can ask it in Russian channel, or you can ask of me, and you will have it. Mini strategic sessions means you will understand some things in your life that you would never ever think is happening, but it will illuminate your life in a way you would not believe. Much love. Have an amazing day. Walk and walk and walk and move up and forward.